They're like, oh, we respect Lia as a woman, as a trans woman, whatever. We respect her identity. We just don't think it's fair. You can't really have that sort of half support where you're like, oh, I respect her as a woman here, but not here. They're using the guise of feminism to sort of push transphobic beliefs. I think a lot of people in that camp sort of carry an implicit bias against trans people, but don't want to, I guess, fully manifest or speak that out. And so they try to just play it off as this sort of half support.
They think about how twisted feminism, quote unquote, feminism has become. Their arguments, you know, in order to exclude anybody in the trans category, you have to reduce women to reproductive capacity, which is, in my opinion, extremely anti-feminist. I don't want to put those women down either, and I know you don't want to either, because I see pain. I see pain, and the pain is coming from somewhere. It's not you, though. It's the patriarchy. And how can we get people to see that?
Just 2 years ago, our next guest was one of the top high school female swimmers in the country. But before entering college, Schuyler Bailer came out as transgender, and he now competes on the Harvard men's swim team as the first transgender male in any Division I sport.
So I'm not winning anything, but I think that I'm not awful, so I keep up with my teammates and I keep up with the people around me, but I'm not winning anything like I used to, and that's definitely humbling. But it kind of has helped me develop something I was working on before, which is learning to love swimming just for swimming.
The first thing to recognize is that most of these people who are saying something negative about Lia or saying something negative about her participation in sports, these people are saying that they are fairness advocates within women's sports. Most of these people have never been to a WNBA game. They are not watching the WNHL. They are not advocating for equal pay for women professional athletes. They are not advocating fiercely in the streets, protesting against the rampant sexual abuse that women athletes experience, right? These people are not fairness advocates until a trans woman wants to play.
I started swimming when I was 5 years old, and it has taught me so much. It has given me so many opportunities to learn, grow, develop, and connect with my peers. Opportunities that I wouldn't have gotten if I didn't have access to athletics. That's why it breaks my heart to see trans kids across the country lose out on these opportunities. The Department of Education has proposed a new rule for Title IX regarding transgender athletes. This rule would prohibit blanket bans on transgender kids, especially in grades K through 8. However, it would not prohibit discrimination against trans kids in the high school and college levels under the guise of competitive fairness. This rule is a good start. However, it is not enough. During this time of intense anti-trans backlash, the trans community needs explicit protections from discrimination in order to live our lives freely and equally. Luckily, this rule is not final. We have a 30-day period to urge the Biden administration to amend the rule and grant equal protection for all transgender kids, because all trans kids deserve the opportunity to compete and play in the sports they love without compromising who they are.